Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a simple quarter, only to discover it's worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable? Yet some of the rarest US quarter-dollar coins have sold for life-changing amounts because of incredible minting errors, tiny details, and extreme rarity. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out what looks like an ordinary quarter, and unknowingly spending a coin that could be worth as much as $580,000. It sounds impossible, but stories like this have happened before in the world of rare coins. Every year, valuable coins disappear into vending machines, cash registers, and parking meters simply because their owners never realized what they were holding. The difference between an ordinary spender and a successful collector often comes down to one thing: knowledge. Today, we're uncovering one of the most fascinating coins in modern American numismatics, the 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter. While millions were produced, a tiny number with extraordinary minting errors have become legendary among collectors. Some of these rare examples have sparked intense bidding wars, with the finest and most unusual specimens commanding astonishing prices. Before you spend another quarter, stay with me until the very end, because this coin could completely change the way you look at your pocket change forever. The year 1999 marked the beginning of one of the most successful coin programs in United States history. The U.S. Mint introduced the 50-state quarters program, celebrating each state with a unique reverse design. Pennsylvania proudly became the second state released that year, featuring the majestic outline of the Commonwealth, the iconic keystone symbol, and a statue representing the spirit of liberty. Americans immediately began collecting these new quarters, placing them into albums, jars, and family collections. What nobody realized at the time was that hidden among millions of ordinary coins were a handful of extraordinary minting mistakes that would one day become some of the most desirable modern quarters ever discovered. At first glance, every 1999 Pennsylvania quarter appears nearly identical. The portrait of George Washington on the front looks familiar. The reverse design seems perfectly ordinary, but experienced collectors know that rarity often hides in the smallest details. Tiny imperfections created during the minting process can transform a 25-cent coin into a remarkable collectible. These errors are not damage caused after the coin entered circulation. They are manufacturing mistakes made inside the U.S. Mint itself, making them genuine mint errors sought after by serious numismatists around the world. Now here's something you should do immediately. If you have a coin jar sitting in your kitchen, bedroom, or garage, pause for a moment after this video and check it carefully. Thousands of people ignore loose change every single day. Most never imagine that a single quarter could be worth more than an expensive luxury home. Yet collectors continue finding valuable discoveries in inherited collections, forgotten piggy banks, and even ordinary cash transactions. Treasure has a strange habit of hiding where nobody thinks to look. One of the most famous errors associated with the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter is the dramatic off-center strike. During production, if the coin blank fails to align correctly with the dies, the design is struck off its intended position. The result is a coin where part of the image is missing while a blank crescent-shaped area remains visible. Minor off-center strikes carry modest premiums, but major off-center examples that still display the full date can become exceptionally valuable. Their dramatic appearance makes them instantly recognizable and highly desirable among collectors who specialize in mint errors. Another remarkable variety involves double strikes. This occurs when a coin receives two separate impressions instead of one. Depending on how the coin shifted between strikes, the design may appear duplicated, rotated, or dramatically overlapped. Some double-struck Pennsylvania quarters display clear evidence of multiple impressions, creating a fascinating visual effect that cannot be duplicated after leaving the mint. Because these errors occur under highly unusual circumstances, authentic examples are extremely scarce and often become centerpiece items in advanced collections. Collectors also search intensely for broad strike errors. Normally, a retaining collar surrounds the coin during striking, ensuring the metal expands into the proper diameter while forming the reeded edge. If that collar is missing or fails during production, the coin spreads outward beyond its intended size. The edges become smooth, the diameter increases, and the overall appearance changes dramatically. Broad-strike Pennsylvania quarters in excellent condition remain difficult to locate and continue attracting strong demand whenever they reach the marketplace. Perhaps even more exciting are dramatic die cracks and retained cuds. Over time, tremendous striking pressure can fracture a working die. As these cracks grow larger, raised lines appear on every coin struck from that damaged die. In extreme cases, pieces of the die actually break away, leaving large raised blobs of metal known as cuds. These unusual features make every affected coin visually unique. Collectors appreciate them because they document the gradual deterioration of the dies used to manufacture America's circulating coinage. But the error that truly captures the imagination of many collectors is the elusive double denomination strike. Although extraordinarily rare, these incredible mistakes occur when one coin is struck over another denomination. Imagine a quarter showing traces of another coin beneath its own design. These spectacular mint errors are among the rarest modern discoveries and routinely attract enormous attention whenever authenticated examples appear at major auctions. Their rarity alone makes them legendary within the collecting community. Here's a question that could save you from making a costly mistake. When was the last time you carefully examined the quarters in your wallet instead of spending them automatically? Most people glance only at the date. Serious collectors inspect every detail under proper lighting. They study the lettering, the mint mark, the edge, the surfaces, and every tiny feature that could reveal an extraordinary error hiding in plain sight. Condition plays an equally important role in determining value. Two identical error coins can differ in price by tens of thousands of dollars depending on preservation. Coins graded mint state 67, 68, or higher display exceptional luster, minimal contact marks, and outstanding eye appeal. These premium examples become fiercely contested whenever they enter the auction market. Professional grading also provides authentication, giving buyers confidence that the coin is genuine and accurately evaluated according to industry standards. Many collectors overlook another important factor known as strike quality. Even among ordinary Pennsylvania quarters, coins with exceptionally sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and strong eye appeal receive greater attention from registry-set competitors. These collectors strive to assemble the highest graded examples possible, creating intense competition for the finest surviving specimens. As populations remain limited at the highest grades, prices can climb dramatically year after year. Now let me share something fascinating. The coin sitting unnoticed inside an old coffee can doesn't know it's valuable. It doesn't sparkle differently. It doesn't announce itself. It waits patiently until someone with the right knowledge recognizes what everyone else overlooked. That's one of the greatest thrills in numismatics. Every search carries the possibility of discovering history disguised as ordinary pocket change. Over the past several years, interest in modern mint errors has grown substantially. As more collectors enter the hobby and educational resources become widely available, demand for spectacular error coins continues to rise. High-profile auction results have reminded collectors that rarity is not limited to centuries-old coins. Modern issues, especially dramatic mint errors, have proven capable of achieving extraordinary prices when rarity, condition, and collector demand align perfectly. This brings us to the figure that captures everyone's attention. Could a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter actually be worth up to $580,000? For the overwhelming majority of quarters, the answer is no. Ordinary circulated examples remain worth face value. However, exceptionally rare mint error specimens with outstanding preservation, verified authenticity, and extraordinary collector demand have the potential to achieve astonishing auction prices. These headline-worthy sales represent the absolute top tier of the market, where elite collectors compete aggressively for once-in-a-generation opportunities. That is exactly why authentication matters. If you believe you've found an unusual Pennsylvania quarter, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning almost always reduces collector value by damaging the original surfaces. Instead, store the coin carefully and consider having it professionally authenticated and graded. A genuine mint error accompanied by respected certification transforms uncertainty into confidence, allowing collectors and auction houses to accurately evaluate its rarity and market potential. Here's another quick reality check. Right now, somewhere in America, Someone is paying for a cup of coffee with a quarter that deserves a place inside a collector's display case instead of a cash register. That possibility exists every single day because valuable coins continue circulating unnoticed. The next remarkable discovery could happen during your grocery trip, your next bankroll search, or while emptying the change from your car's cup holder. The beauty of coin collecting has never been solely about money. It's about curiosity, history, patience, and the excitement of discovery. Every coin tells a story about the era in which it was produced, the technology that created it, and the journey it has taken through countless hands. Occasionally, that story includes a remarkable mistake that transforms an ordinary piece of change into an extraordinary piece of American history. As the market for rare modern errors continues evolving, knowledgeable collectors remain alert for opportunities hidden in everyday circulation. They understand that the next extraordinary discovery won't necessarily appear inside a museum or an expensive collection. It could be waiting inside a forgotten jar, a family inheritance, or the loose change you receive tomorrow morning. The people who find these treasures are usually the ones who simply decided to look a little closer than everyone else. And remember, today's hidden treasure may not be tomorrow's only surprise. In our next video, we'll reveal another astonishing American coin with an ultra-rare mint error that has shocked collectors and generated incredible auction headlines. You won't want to miss it, because the next life-changing discovery could already be hiding in your pocket right now. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 2015 Saratoga quarter could be hiding in a pocket, a forgotten coin jar, or even your car's cup holder? And under the right circumstances, it could be worth far more than its face value. Most people see a quarter and think 25 cents. They spend it without a second thought. But collectors know a completely different story. They know that a tiny minting mistake can transform an everyday coin into a modern treasure that serious numismatists compete to own. Every year, thousands of valuable coins quietly disappear back into circulation because someone never knew what they were holding. The question is simple. Are you the spender or the collector? Before this video ends, you might discover that one small detail on a 2015 Saratoga quarter could change the way you look at every coin you own forever. The United States Mint released the 2015 Saratoga National Historical Park quarter as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. The reverse design honors the famous Revolutionary War site in New York, featuring the dramatic image of the surrender of General Burgoyne. Millions of these quarters entered circulation from the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with additional proof versions struck in San Francisco for collectors. At first glance, they all appear ordinary. Yet hidden among the millions are a handful of unusual examples that have captured the attention of experienced collectors because of rare minting errors and extraordinary condition. Here's something many people never realize. A coin doesn't become valuable simply because it's old. Modern coins can become incredibly desirable when a rare production error escapes the mint's quality control process. That combination of rarity, collector demand, and exceptional preservation is exactly what creates headlines in the coin collecting world. Before we continue, take 10 seconds and think about where you keep your spare change. Is there a jar in your kitchen? A drawer in your office? Maybe a container you've ignored for years? If there is, remember it, because after hearing what to look for, you may want to check it immediately. Let's talk about what makes certain 2015 Saratoga quarters stand out. One of the most desirable possibilities is a dramatic double die. This occurs during the creation of the coin's die, when design elements receive more than one slightly misaligned impression. Instead of crisp lettering, collectors may notice visible doubling on inscriptions or design details under magnification. Genuine double dies are created before striking and are completely different from machine doubling, which is common and usually adds little value. Another highly sought-after error involves an off-center strike. During production, if the blank planchet isn't properly positioned beneath the dies, part of the design may be missing while the date remains visible. Depending on how dramatic the misalignment is, these coins become increasingly scarce and attractive to collectors. The more dramatic the error, while still showing the full date and mint mark, the greater the potential collector interest. Then there are broad strikes. These occur when the retaining collar fails to contain the coin during striking. Without that collar, the metal spreads outward, producing a wider coin with missing or weak edge reading. Broad-struck quarters from modern issues are much less common than ordinary circulation coins and are often eagerly collected. Perhaps even more fascinating are clipped planchet errors. Before striking, coin blanks are punched from large sheets of metal. Occasionally, a blank is cut where another blank has already been removed, leaving a distinctive curved section missing from the finished coin. Authentic clips display unique metal flow characteristics that experienced collectors can identify, making them one of the more recognizable mint errors. Die cracks and retained die breaks also deserve attention. Over time, the tremendous pressure inside coin presses causes dies to develop fractures. These cracks transfer onto coins as raised lines crossing portions of the design. While small cracks are relatively common, large, dramatic die breaks, sometimes nicknamed cuds, are much scarcer and can significantly increase collector interest. Now here's an important reality that many internet videos skip. Not every 2015 Saratoga quarter with an odd appearance is worth thousands of dollars. Damage from parking lots, washing machines, dryers, road wear, or household tools can easily be mistaken for mint errors. Authentic mint errors occur during production at the mint, not after years of circulation. That's why knowledgeable collectors carefully examine strike characteristics, metal flow, and other diagnostic features before assigning significant value. Attention reset. If you have a magnifying glass nearby, now would be the perfect time to grab it. Many of the details that separate an ordinary quarter from a collectible one are almost invisible to the naked eye. Condition plays an equally important role. Even a genuine error coin becomes dramatically more valuable when preserved in exceptional mint state grades. Professional grading services evaluate strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and eye appeal using a standardized numerical scale. High-grade examples with virtually flawless surfaces often command prices many times greater than similar coins showing circulation wear. This explains why collectors search through rolls of bank-wrapped quarters. Most circulated coins develop scratches, contact marks, and dull surfaces over time. Finding a pristine example directly from original rolls becomes increasingly difficult as years pass. Every year, more high-quality examples disappear into circulation, making untouched specimens progressively harder to locate. You may have heard astonishing stories claiming that modern quarters sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Those stories usually involve extremely unusual circumstances. A spectacular mint error combined with nearly perfect preservation, professional authentication, exceptional rarity, and fierce bidding between determined collectors can create extraordinary auction results. When all those factors align, prices can climb to levels that surprise even experienced numismatists. Some collectors speculate that if an absolutely unique 2015 Saratoga quarter featuring a dramatic, authenticated mint error were discovered in elite condition and attracted intense auction competition, it could potentially reach sensational prices approaching $590,000. Such outcomes are exceptionally rare and should be viewed as extraordinary possibilities rather than typical market values. The overwhelming majority of 2015 Saratoga quarters remain worth face value unless they possess genuine collectible characteristics. That distinction matters because knowledge separates successful collectors from disappointed dreamers. Instead of believing every rumor online, experienced numismatists study diagnostics, compare certified examples, and rely repeatedly shown that remarkable discoveries happen in the most ordinary places. Valuable coins have surfaced in inherited collections, forgotten piggy banks, grocery store change, vending machine returns, estate sales, and dusty desk drawers. Most discoveries don't happen because someone was lucky. They happen because someone paid attention when everyone else wasn't looking. Let's pause for a moment and think about that. Every coin tells two stories. One is the story everyone sees, a simple quarter worth 25 cents. The other is the hidden story known only to collectors who understand minting technology, production errors, rarity, and preservation. The difference between those two stories can sometimes mean the difference between spending a coin and preserving a collectible. Attention reset. Before this video ends, promise yourself one thing. Don't spend another 2015 quarter without giving it a careful look. That quick inspection could take less than 30 seconds, but it might save you from overlooking something genuinely special. The excitement surrounding modern era coins continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby each year. Online marketplaces, major auctions, educational resources, and social media have introduced millions of people to coin collecting. Increased awareness means greater competition whenever authentic, high-quality era coins appear for sale. As demand rises while truly rare examples remain limited, exceptional pieces continue attracting strong collector attention. If you believe you found an unusual 2015 Saratoga quarter, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning almost always reduces collector value by damaging the coin's original surfaces. Instead, handle it carefully by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and consider having it evaluated by a reputable professional if the characteristics appear genuine. Preserving originality is one of the most important principles in numismatics. The beauty of this hobby isn't just the possibility of financial reward. It's the thrill of discovery. Every handful of pocket change becomes a miniature treasure hunt. Every coin has the potential to teach history, craftsmanship, and the fascinating science of mint production. Even if your search doesn't uncover a six-figure rarity tomorrow, each coin you examine builds the knowledge that could lead to an important discovery in the future. The collectors who consistently make exciting finds all share one habit. They never stop looking. While others see loose change, they see opportunity. While others spend first and think later, they inspect first and learn continuously. That simple difference has created countless unforgettable discoveries over the years. As the market for modern mint errors continues evolving, authenticated examples with exceptional eye appeal remain among the most closely watched segments of American coin collecting. Whether the next remarkable Saratoga quarter is sitting in an old collection or quietly waiting in circulation, no one can predict exactly where it will appear. But someone will eventually find it. And here's the exciting part. The next extraordinary coin we investigate may be even more surprising than the Saratoga quarter. It has shocked experienced collectors, generated incredible auction buzz, and continues to surface in the most unexpected places. You definitely won't want to miss that story. Subscribe now because in the next video, we're uncovering another ultra-rare American coin that could still be hiding in everyday pocket change. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 2003 Illinois state quarter sitting in a forgotten coin jar, tucked inside an old wallet, or mixed into your everyday pocket change could be worth far more than 25 cents? Most people never think twice before spending a state quarter. They use it for parking meters, vending machines, or toss it into a tip jar without a second thought. But collectors know something the average person doesn't. Hidden among millions of ordinary coins are a handful of extraordinary survivors. Coins with rare minting errors and remarkable characteristics that have turned simple pocket change into astonishing treasures. The difference between a spender and a collector isn't luck. It's knowledge. And today, we're uncovering why the 2003 Illinois state quarter has become one of the most talked about modern coins in American numismatics. The United States Mint released the Illinois state quarter in 2003 as part of the famous 50 state quarters program. The design honors Illinois as the land of Lincoln, featuring Abraham Lincoln, the outline of the state, a farm scene, and the Chicago skyline. Hundreds of millions were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, along with proof versions from San Francisco. Because so many were struck, most people assume every Illinois quarter is common and virtually worthless. That assumption has caused countless valuable error coins to disappear into circulation unnoticed. While the overwhelming majority are worth only face value, a tiny number with dramatic minting mistakes have become highly desirable among serious collectors. Here's something that many people don't realize. Rare coins are rarely valuable simply because of their age. Instead, they become valuable because something unusual happened during the minting process. A split second inside the mint can create a mistake that transforms an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. That's exactly why experienced collectors inspect every detail under magnification before deciding whether a coin deserves a place in their collection. Before we continue, here's a quick challenge. If you have a jar of loose change anywhere in your house, think about it for a second. How long has it been since you actually looked through those quarters? Most people never do. Yet history has shown that valuable coins have been discovered in dresser drawers, old piggy banks, inherited collections, and even supermarket change. Sometimes hidden treasure is closer than anyone imagines. Now let's dive into the errors that make certain 2003 Illinois quarters so fascinating. One of the most valuable possibilities is a dramatic off-center strike. During production, if the planchet isn't perfectly aligned with the dies, the design can be struck off-center. Minor off-center errors are collectible, but coins showing 15 to 50% off-center while still displaying the full date are significantly more desirable. These dramatic minting mistakes are instantly recognizable and can command impressive premiums depending on their condition. Another sought-after variety is the double strike. This happens when a coin receives more than one strike from the dies, creating overlapping images or distorted lettering. Instead of a sharp, clean design, the coin may display duplicated details that immediately catch the eye. Genuine double-struck quarters are extremely difficult to find because quality control at the mint removes most defective coins before they ever leave the facility. The few that escape into circulation become exciting discoveries for collectors. Collectors also search intensely for broad strike errors. A broad strike occurs when the retaining collar fails during striking, allowing the metal to spread outward. The result is a coin with an unusually wide appearance and missing reeded edges. Even though the design remains centered, the unusual shape instantly separates it from ordinary quarters. Because these errors are visually dramatic, authenticated examples often attract considerable attention at auctions. Another error worth understanding is the clipped planchet. Before coins are struck, blank discs are punched from large sheets of metal. Occasionally, one blank overlaps the edge of another, leaving a curved section missing. When struck, the finished coin carries that distinctive clip permanently. Genuine clipped planchet errors are carefully examined by professional grading services because they cannot be artificially created without leaving obvious evidence. Now let's talk about one of the most exciting possibilities of all major die breaks and retained cut errors. Over time, minting dies endure tremendous pressure. If a section of the die fractures or breaks away, excess metal fills the damaged area during striking, creating raised blobs or unusual shapes on the finished coin. Large die breaks are dramatically different from minor imperfections and often become favorites among error collectors due to their bold appearance. Here's where many people make a costly mistake. They confuse ordinary damage with true mint errors. Scratches, dents, corrosion, or machine damage after the coin leaves the mint do not increase value. In fact, they usually reduce it. The difference between a genuine mint error and post-mint damage can mean the difference between a coin worth 25 cents and one worth thousands of dollars. That's why authentication from respected grading services is essential before assuming any extraordinary value. Let's pause for another moment. Imagine reaching into your pocket tonight and pulling out a handful of quarters. Would you actually recognize one of these rare errors? That's exactly why collectors carry magnifying glasses and inspect every coin carefully. The next valuable discovery won't announce itself. It will simply look like another quarter until someone knowledgeable notices what everyone else overlooked. Condition is another critical factor that dramatically affects value. Professional collectors use a grading scale ranging from poor to mint state. An uncirculated Illinois quarter with blazing original luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear will almost always command more interest than a heavily circulated example. Coins graded mint state 67, mint state 68, or higher by respected grading companies become increasingly scarce because very few survive in nearly flawless condition. Proof versions struck at the San Francisco Mint deserve special attention as well. These coins were specially manufactured for collectors using polished dies and specially prepared planchets. While ordinary proof quarters are relatively available, proof coins displaying dramatic mint errors are exceptionally rare because the mint exercises extraordinary quality control during their production. When an authentic proof error escapes inspection, collectors often compete aggressively to acquire it. Now comes the question everyone wants answered. Can a 2003 Illinois state quarter really be worth $600,000? Stories about enormous coin values often spread rapidly across the internet, creating excitement and curiosity. While truly spectacular mint errors, one-of-a-kind combinations, or historically significant specimens can achieve astonishing prices, there is no standard 2003 Illinois quarter that automatically carries a $600,000 value. Extraordinary auction results require exceptional rarity, outstanding preservation, professional authentication, and strong collector demand. Those factors working together create the possibility for record-breaking sales rather than the date alone. That said, authenticated major error coins have consistently demonstrated that collectors are willing to pay remarkable premiums for the right specimen. Every year, competitive bidding pushes exceptional error coins to surprising levels. As the hobby continues attracting new collectors, demand for dramatic modern mint errors remains strong, especially for visually striking examples that are difficult to duplicate. Here's something interesting. Some collectors spend years searching through thousands of rolls of quarters from banks. Most of those rolls contain nothing unusual. Then suddenly, one rare discovery changes everything. That's part of what makes coin collecting so addictive. Every coin carries the possibility, however small, of revealing something extraordinary. Take a second and ask yourself this. When was the last time you searched the change from a grocery store purchase? Probably never. Yet countless valuable coins have entered collections after being found in completely ordinary transactions. Hidden wealth doesn't always arrive in expensive boxes or bank vaults. Sometimes it arrives with your receipt. The market for modern error coins has matured significantly over the past 2 decades. Years ago, many collectors focused almost exclusively on classic 19th century coins. Today, modern mint errors have established a respected place in the hobby. Collectors appreciate the fascinating stories behind production mistakes and enjoy owning pieces that are genuinely different from every ordinary example. As more educational resources become available, awareness continues to grow, making authenticated error coins increasingly competitive in the marketplace. If you believe you've found an unusual Illinois quarter, avoid cleaning it under any circumstances. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and dramatically reduce collector value. Instead, handle the coin carefully by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and consider submitting it to a respected third-party grading service for professional authentication. Their evaluation provides confidence for both buyers and sellers while protecting the integrity of the coin. One final reminder before we wrap up. Valuable discoveries rarely happen because someone is lucky. They happen because someone paid attention while everyone else ignored the details. Every collector who has uncovered a remarkable coin started exactly where you are today, with curiosity, patience, and a willingness to look closer than the average person. The next time someone hands you a quarter in change, don't rush to spend it. Turn it over. Look at the date. Examine the lettering. Inspect the edges. Search for doubling, unusual shapes, missing design elements, off-center strikes, or other signs that something extraordinary happened during production. Those few extra seconds could reveal a coin that thousands of people have unknowingly overlooked. Coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about history, craftsmanship, discovery, and the excitement of finding something hidden in plain sight. Every rare coin tells a story, and every collector becomes part of that story by preserving pieces of America's minting history for future generations. And remember, the 2003 Illinois State Quarter is only one chapter in a much larger treasure hunt. There are still countless modern coins hiding remarkable secrets, and one of the next ultra-rare discoveries may already be sitting inside your own coin jar. Make sure you're subscribed, because in our next video we'll uncover another extraordinary American coin with a hidden story that has collectors searching through their pocket change like never before. You won't want to miss what comes next.